The last place you want to be is on the road. But if the unfortunate happens, you'll be glad you were wearing diamond gussets.
There's a place down in Tennessee where they make blue diamond gusset jeans. They so pride in every stitch, guarantee you love the way they fit. They put a diamond gusset in the crotch where you need it most. Blue diamond gussets got it, others don't.
We turn jeans inside out. Diamond gusset jeans, made in the USA with unparalleled quality. Our Defender motorcycle jeans combine gusset comfort with Kevlar protection, so you can ride all day with confidence. Order yours at gusset.com. Diamond gusset jeans got it, others don't.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now, new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
All right, let me cover a smattering of key news. I'm getting into our big birther bombshell. Corsi released evidence proving Obama certificate a fraudulent composite. And you add that to what the White House did yesterday through their minions putting out a hoax dealing with Corsi's WorldNet Daily book, that, by the way, we sell at Infowars.com. Where's the birth certificate? They're definitely running scared, and more, they're hiding something. And remember, I was getting criticized 2.5 years ago because I was like, I don't know where he was born. And then I was like, well, he did, his name did get changed to Barry Soetoro, and he was listed as Muslim. And he lied about that. Doesn't matter if he's Muslim or not. The point is he's lying about it in Indonesia. Had to give up his citizenship. I'm going to be breaking that down because it's very important. By the way, Dr. Jerome Corsi does join us tomorrow. And I believe tomorrow is the day he's going to roll out his, quote, proof of this. But we've already seen the proof, the curring, the computer manipulation, areas that are highly pixelated and low res, areas that are high res, 100% proof they went in and altered it. And it's done shoddily. So there's two different scenarios there. I'm going to break it down in a moment. You notice all at once they're going, yeah, your phone's tracking you and everything you're doing. Yeah, there's government and corporate kill switches and all the major new electronic devices, not just phones and computers, washers, dryers, light bulbs, the fluorescents. The data down power line is able to then use them as a flicker switch to activate and hack into your computers. That's Associated Press. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. A total control grid going in. As I told you years ago, they're now announcing government break-ins over radio, TV, internet, cell phones, 9,000 telescreens going in saying tattle on your neighbors. I mean, it's like they're following 1984 as if it was a script. And on top of that, they're building threat fusion centers everywhere, openly having regular Army, National Guard, Marine Corps, checkpoints, totally illegal. National Guard arresting thousands in New York alone, New York State. I have that local Fox newscast, how great it is. They drive you through the high-powered X-rays, which are deadly. It shows the troops standing around them. And we helped arrest 2,000 people for drugs and guns. And just all of it off the chart. And, oh, look, the armies of the Kentucky Derby. They're arresting people that get in fights and stuff, you know, in the parking lot who are drunk. And then they show it on the news. I mean, it's a full PSYOP rollout. And as I told you over a decade ago when they got rid of Glass-Steagall, when we had George Humphrey and other economists on, they were going to create massive trillions, now over 1,000 trillion conservatively, in fraudulent debt, have our traitor government, bipartisan, sign on to that debt that they created that we don't owe as a ball and chain. It's time to break the chains. It's time to take the balls to the walls and go all the way and take the wrecking balls and knock down this modern Berlin Wall of the mind. And it's time for police, military, bureaucrats, those that serve the system, to break the trance. This is not for security. This is not good. This is a criminal government. And it's way bigger than Barack Obama. Let's get that straight. Guys, I forgot to get a water. Will you get me one, please? Just because I don't want to start hacking here on air. Thank you. For some reason, coffee just doesn't seem to stop you from coughing. Thank you. Now, that said, here's just some of the police state news, just some of it. You know, Indiana last week and the U.S. Supreme Court separately both ruled that there's no Fourth Amendment. And the Indiana ruling gives me chills every time I read it. It is so criminal. It is so bold that the Chief Justice said that the police can go in your house without a warrant for any reason or no reason at all. I mean, it is not any more broad than that. And then suddenly, all over the news, they're saying, yes, we've only been doing a few thousand a year, which is a lot. Now they're going to expand. And now even local jurisdictions, not just federal court, are going to issue sneak and peeks for the cops to go in your house when you don't even know they're there with this mass roving ground warrant. Kind of like the fake warrants judges have been swearing out under federal grants. The states accept the grants and the judges get behind it in the political jurisdictions that are particularly treasonous like Austin. And they take blood at checkpoints without a warrant. And my real estate lawyer is a well-known former high-level state judge. And I was in his office last year, and he brought that ruling up to me, and he just said, I can't believe America's turned into this. He just says, we're in a lot of trouble. The bottom has dropped out. And that, of course, is a legal term. There's nothing holding them back now except our moral courage to stand up and to get good people into government to reverse these courts. I mean, it's the chains have been broken by the tyrants. The dragon is loose. And they're chaining us down with bureaucracy and propaganda and economic degradation. We'd better break the chains now because they're adding more chains every day. But an Indiana sheriff, an Illinois gun, great folks have written this op-ed piece for us. Indiana sheriff, house-to-house random search is now possible. And it's got reports, links to his reports and his press releases. And they're openly saying now they can do door-to-door gun sweeps. And that's 2 years ago. We had the Army colonel on, regular Army, big Army, on from Iowa in Arcadia. And it was in the local paper. It said the local gun shop owner has agreed to play the part of an American terrorist. And we're going to raid his gun shop. And then we're going to search citizens' homes for guns. We're going to barricade and blockade the town of 700, and we're going to search every home. And the citizens have agreed to let us go into their homes. Whew. And they're doing these drills everywhere. I mean, they're really trying to run the military men and women through these drills to where they just get normalized and go, well, I've done this drill 15, 20 times. And they drill the military, National Guard, regular full-time military with police all over. We have countless newscasts we've linked to on the website where local news is saying how great it is. And the role players are constitutionalists, and they practice killing us. I mean, this criminal government is in full-scale, at least 20-year preparation for all-out war. And now they hit the afterburners. I mean, it's increased the last 2 years by a magnitude of, about to dead reckon, 20 times. I mean, it's an exponential jump. And I've told folks this years ago. I might get chills once a year when I looked at an article or covered something. I'm getting chills every 5 minutes on this show now. I mean, look, the hair is standing up on my arm because at an instinctive level, just like when you're brought to the edge of a cliff, my body's going, whoa. My guts are going, whoa, something big is on. And they positioned us for this economic collapse all along, and they're going to stage terror attacks to blame them on domestic groups. We even have White House memos advising how great a domestic terror attack would be, how it would help the president. And they are clearly getting ready to try to use their internet takeover switches, all of it. They are moving towards this. And with it is, a lot of people think, well, I'll just stay out of this and I'll be all right. Folks, this is about taking your pension funds, public and private, is now being pushed openly by both parties. It's about totally devaluing your dollar. It's about just the total collapse of society. And remember, major university studies show that in the 10 years of the Great Depression, more than 7 million people starved to death or died from complications of malnutrition. And that's when 90% of the country lived on farms and was somewhat self-sufficient. 10% live in rural areas now, or farms. Half of those are self-sufficient. Now, there is a middle-class flight. It's predominantly white, but there's also a lot of other folks who are middle-class and educated who know history, and they are running. I can't tell you, you go out to these towns around Austin, it's doctors, it's lawyers, it's psychologists, psychiatrists, it's former military officers, and you walk into any little store and every person comes up to me. A lot of them who previously didn't even know who I was and years ago moved out to these towns. And they know full well historically what's coming. And it was more reports in Russia and more reports in the U.S. where bunker building quietly in the bottom of houses in the wealthy, particularly former government people, is just off the charts. Why? Why is every major police department basically hardening their facilities? This has all been planned. And I am so sad for everybody because it's going to be rough. Now, if we were able to have a big enough political awakening in this country and really stood down the globalists and used the alternative media while we've still got time to let them know that we're aware of what they're doing and checkmate them, they may back off. But the globalists are masters at committing their forces, betting it all in, double downing. And they pretty much have already put this collapse into motion. It's very hard for them to pull out of it. And so they create a political atmosphere where things are going to break down so bad that there'll be riots in many cities. Cities will burn. Sections of cities will burn. And you will want the military on the streets. See, they're masters at setting the table, setting the dominoes where you'll actually want them to do it. And then they'll actually come in and do a good job of shutting things down, shutting riots down that are just looting, behavior of destitute welfare folks and others. And that's what they've done in countless third world countries. It's in the 112-point IMF World Bank shock doctrine plan. How they implode it at the first level, riots start because of no food and because of prices going up under hyperinflation. Then they come in and crack down, and the middle class has no choice but to basically go with the establishment. I mean, it's all been socially engineered out, okay? And it's the end of America. Everybody can see it, you can feel it, you can know it.